If you look at their bad games, 3, 2 placement points, 1, 2 eliminations. Again, it stacks up pretty quickly, so you want to make sure.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, I think with the way that these teams usually tend to play, I think they're just going to be fully committed to it. I don't see APG, even though it is their first game, I don't see them doing anything different here. There was a team that we were talking about earlier, Weibo Gaming. I want to take a look at this interview from this team first.
第一次来到 PMWC 还是比较紧张的，然后也是第一次参加嘛，还是比较开心的。第一天的话就是还是个领先嘛，就比较顺利。然后第二天的话，也是一样的。然后第三天的话就是有被 IF 给超了一次嘛，但是最后冠军还是属于我们的，所以还比较平淡的那种感受。 我觉得这次香港赛冠军是我们团队的一个起步阶段吧，我们进步空间还是挺大的。我觉得我们战队就是4个人相互信任吧，才能让我们夺冠。备战其实也不多，因为我们就是刚组建了就是3个月嘛，然后就去打那个比赛了。想对低过我们的战队的人说，游戏里见。 对粉丝说
É o Rio. Isso aí tem nem dúvida.
Com certeza.
Eu sou eu.
Ele já assume, né?
Böyle bu da gidiyor birebir dönüyor milletle. Herkesi vurun, herkesi.
É ele também, é tudo ele.
Só pensa nisso.
Zaten yeni kurulduk yani.
Eu não.
É, você fica assim.
É o carrinho, pô. É, você fica durinho no lugar assim.
Eu durmo.
É. Só pegar os
MDM, vocês, rapaz.
Só pegar os MDM.
É tu. É sempre nos lugares estranhos, mafioso.
É.
Geç rotate'de yokum.
Yo varsın.
Geç rotate atmıyorum ama en çok loot'u ben yapıyorum.
Atıyorsun oğlum, çok loot atıyorsun sen.
Hayır,
O yüzden
geç
otomatik geç sen gelebilirsin. Yani.
Tamam, genel olarak
Sen bir fight'ı vurduk, sen gittin loot atıyorsun.
tamam.
15 dakika yoksun işte.
Yani aldırdığım yerleri konuşmayalım istiyorsan.
Rio.
Ele disparado. O cara dorme 15 horas no voo, é ele.
Não, mas é diferente.
Não,
pô.
não é diferente não.
É diferente.
Claro, é ele. Para de mentir.
Ele dorme
Nem
aqui,
você
ó.
acredita nisso,
Ele dorme
rapaz.
aqui, eu. Você
Não,
dorme aqui.
você é louco, outro. Como que esse cara
Você
dorme?
dorme mais que eu.
Você.
Para, eu tenho mais 4 horas
Eu
hoje
tenho
só.
mais facilidade de dormir, mas você dorme mais que eu.
Meu amigo, você dorme 15 horas no voo, é você, é o mafioso.
É,
mafioso.
não. O Revo.
Porra, que mentira,
Vai
moço.
falar que é eu.
Não,
Para de
você,
mentir.
você.
Que isso, galera?
Pra ele também.
Tu mesmo. Lazado, do Enem.
Kimse yok, şu masayı gösterin.
Mafioso. Revo.
Revo.
Mentira, fala mafioso.
Revo. Empatou. Vocês estão de complô aí, vocês
Que
dois, né?
complô, cara? Você,
Complôzinho.
você que tem TDAH.
Bence benim. Ben dürüstüm olma en azından benim diyorum. Senin gibi
Ben de
saklamıyorum.
benim.
Squash.
Squash.
Não acho nenhum engraçado, não.
Tá turma agora.
Mafioso.
O Revo.
Tá, tipo, muito legal, nós dois.
Oo. Daha da var. Daha da var ama. Ona bakarsan. Ondan söyleyeyim.
Revo. Não, sem dúvida isso aí.
Vou apontar. Ele.
Eu mesmo me aponto. It's me.
Thank you. Valeu.
Oh, fantastic look into the inner workings of some of our teams there. Good dynamic, Blank. I enjoyed that one. That was fun.
That was actually hilarious. I mean, I think the Alpha 7 bits were the best for me. Remo just won't own up to anything. When it comes to who complains the most, he'll accept that.
Yeah,
he'll accept that. Yeah, he'll take it.
Oh, man. Incredible bits, incredible bits. But thank you for tuning in. Of course, we're getting ready to kick things off here, day 2. And if that's anything to go by, I'm hoping for some smiles, some good moments, some excitement up on the stage. Very intense day of games yesterday. Bit of a switch up here, of course, as well. New teams coming into the fold. Curious to see what the lay of the land's looking like.
And we're catching our stream right now. Fireflux had a little bit of a rough day yesterday, let's say, as our stage rises into the air. I've been down there, right? The mechanics of that are terrifying.
Yeah, about getting stuck.
Yeah, I had a crawl round underneath there. I wanted to see how it all worked. I was thrown out. Yeah, that's why I'm in here right now. I'm actually in a separate room. They won't let me go anywhere near the stage now.
I did wonder why you were escorted in by security, but I thought you were a big dog like that, you know?
Yeah. No. That's not the case. No bodyguards. They're just like, I look like a wandering cat when I'm in the stage room, so they can't have me in there anymore.
They've got to round you up, keep it safe.
But we're starting off things here over on Sandhawk for a fantastic day number 2. With 4 Thrives currently thriving at the top, and you're going to hear that one quite a few times. I'm not letting it go. It's an easy one. It's a low-hanging fruit, and I'll take that where I can.
It's a staple. It's a classic.
Yeah.
You can work it in, make the most of it.
Yeah. I respect you calling it a classic.
Yeah.
A classic, yeah. Low-hanging fruit classic.
It's easy. I mean, that's a safer way to put it.
Yeah, it's an alternative.
Yeah.
I'll take the alternative.
Same
every day.
meaning, but of course, just different words.
Absolutely.
Crazy how language works like that.
Alter Ego Thunder Talks very close to one another here at the start. Alter Ego breaking wide up towards that north side, trying to get away. So Thunder Talks in the mix of it. You got King even heading down towards the bottom with Moana. I'm pretty sure Max just said it's King, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
It'd be a bit of risk if it wasn't,
He's got me second guessing now. I hate that guy. I love him yesterday. Today, that's annoying.
God, 2 sides of every coin for you.
Ooh, Alter Ego.
Already.
1 down already.
Yeah.
This is it's an awkward drop, honestly. I think when you start seeing shoots with you, I don't think you full commit to sending south. I think you got to go one place and one place only. As soon as you see Thunder Talks, they have control of full of Camp Alpha. What's the point? You got to break elsewhere. That might be just an awkward start to the game for you, and try and work down towards that south side. Now you've got the Northwest Island. There was no reason why they couldn't have played those west compounds. That would have been an easy pickup. I think for Alter Ego, they get spooked there. They get spooked there massively.
Yeah, thrown off a little bit. Seems like Rosemary's got a little bit of damage back over as well. Knock picked up there. Of course, dialing in at the minute. We get to see a little bit more from Yangon Galacticus. I think they looked really crisp yesterday. So obviously a good start on a drop could be a nice way to get them straight back into that same mindset from what we saw on day 1.
Yeah, I mean, day 1, Sandhawk for Yangon Galacticos. Fantastic 14 Elim throw to pick up there. So it was a really, really good first match for them. Kind of fell off a little bit towards the rest of the day. You can see there. 42 points, though. So they were bringing it back over on the final 2 Miramars, but the air angles looked a little bit lackluster from game 2, game 3.
Not bad so far, though. Scent of Rosemary certainly in the air. You can see he's still keeping himself above water with some of the pickups back over. It was that initial knock, full takedowns, obviously leaving the free.
Yeah. I mean, for Krypton, again, it's like your entire team's sent out.
Yeah.
No one's with you. I don't know why he tried to go for a solo drop inside of Camp Alpha. Maybe there's a miscommunication there. It wasn't made fully clear. He's already full committed over towards Camp Alpha. He's like, where's my team? Nowhere near you.
The boys are not to be seen.
They could have easily had center northwest on the hilltop. I don't know, man. Bit of a weird one, but they can adjust. They can adjust.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bounce back from it. A little bit worse for wear. Seems like they've got some to work with, though, topping themselves back up.
But Yangon Galacticos actually leaving that engagement. Smile takes a lot of damage, actually. Coming through from R8. Do you send them off? So they'll take the entirety of Paradise Resort. Doesn't really matter too much. I think for Yangon Galacticos getting out from Paradise Resort early, especially when this is leaning over towards that northwest side, you're wanting to get away from it early. It's not the greatest of positions to be in Paradise Resort. Getting locked in there as well is a very easy thing to do. I think it's more of an ego thing as well, where you really don't want to lose that fight in Paradise Resort. But with the fact that for Yangon Galacticos, there was a free rotate down towards that southwest side, I think that shows character. It shows maturity.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think it was nice as well because obviously it was the mid-portion of that game 1 for them where they really started to turn up the heat and just kept compounding it. They had a good read on when to get stuck in with the third parties. Rotates were nice, so obviously. Rough early game would not be the ideal recipe going into this. Rigo again, though, it's Moana being absolutely unloaded on from the sidelines. DBS up close, but they give him no distance to playoffs. Zol's able to grab that one. Full commit, another man goes down from the squad.
This is a ridiculous team, by the way, for Alpha Gaming. I mean, if it's your first time seeing them, they have many players that have been up to the tippity top of the international level, with Ziol on the team way back when on Zeus Esports, getting huge amounts of work done there for Mongolia. You've got Top coming through, previously Stalwart before they all broke apart, and Doc there as well. And everyone knows Doc's name. I'm sure even if you're not very aware of that team in general, you know who Doc is. He plays in most internationals. Very, very, very strong player. Now, I do worry though, because it's a team with a lot of personality on board. His vision though, moving in over towards Sandhawk.
Mrs. Vision grouped up, looking to rock together. Go for the burst in. DBS is bringing the baseline as the beat comes through. Bit of a shot back over from Vision. 2 knocks instantly onto them. Marcelo up close towards the window side, just baiting off his teammates' contact, looking for the close range engagement. And it's not ideal for Team Secret. One by one, ripped to pieces. And yesterday we saw them performing far better when they could play passive blank. It felt like if they were able to play from a distance, it was good. Here it's a rough early start.
You do wonder if 4th Rise are going to get involved on this. I mean, Falak has seen this. Takes a good angle down towards that south side as well. Gets a little bit of damage in. Will finish off that final player of Team Secret as well. But that's a 3 knockdown there coming through for Vision. It's a hard one though, because you don't really want to give up the bridge crossing on the north side. But also that could have been 3-4 pickups, giving you a bit more of opportunity to rotate down towards that south. It's a tough decision. Here's Alpha Gaming though, once again, coming up against GMX.
It's already costly as well. A lot of dividends between both of these teams. You're down to 2 players. Of course, 1 knock there as well, so effectively just a solo. Doc with the nade for the clear on the angle. No real health to play with either. DBS raining out bullets back onto him, keeping him in check. Even if they come away from this, you're going to be so low in terms of what you've invested into it.
They'll run back into it.
Oh, mate!
It's not gone off yet! Not gone off yet!
Oh, he's gone.
Oh my days. That is that's an interest.
I thought we'd at least just commit at that point on the double take.
I was like, okay, that's a mad play. It's not gone off. He's just going to straight the building, but instead he's just stepping on it over and over again, going for the bop hit maneuver. This is not footy. You can't kick that thing away. So yeah, Alpha Gaming though, they do lose 2 players. Just Top as well as Doc remaining on the team. Pretty strong combo to have, but as a 2-player unit, not ideal. So already losing Team Secret and Gamax and a total of 14 players. 7 minutes in the match. This is getting hairy real quick.
You mentioned it as well, of course, with Vision potentially getting dove down on by the 4th Rise roster. It seems that they are throwing out a few bullets their way to keep them in check. Zone on the move.
Yeah, that's a decent shift for 4th Thrives, 100%. And Falak was having a look in. You're right, you're absolutely right. He was having a look in down towards that south side, but now I would say their position in the circle becomes way, way, way stronger in terms of real estate. You do have this difficulty though, Jackie, I will say, where you've got 2 players up towards Hatin, you've got T24 as well as IQ down towards the southern compound on the bridge. You're a bit fragmented right now. If they feel like they can hold all that area, sure.
I suppose we'll see if they do overcommit to it. Seems like Falak is still curious if they can actually get anything from it before they back up and play a little bit more for the long game. Could be a risk you run into. You have Rosemary up on the hill as well, just taking shots down, and he was able to find some impact there, of course, towards Alpha that got pushed up on. It was a rough early fight for them. I think losing 2 from it, considering how they were hoping, obviously it'd just be a quick smash and grab, it's not ideal. They haven't made out like bandits.
Yeah, it was 2 fights back to back, right? And they were just forcing that position on the south side, which can actually be a really, really strong place to play and keep you in check for a long time, because it's the slope that comes down from where APG are currently playing down towards Kinotropa, who's just making it in now. Thunder Talks currently playing in the Watchtower. You got Intense Game looking their way. But there's another shot coming through from Rosemary. Doing some great job on these pot shots. 600 damage already into the match here. Lovely stuff, because I think Kino Troop was trying to find a little bit of presence here, playing up on the cliff tops, but they're disconnected now.
They're quick pop-ups as well. Actually, the shots he's been hitting, you can see how crisp he is from distance, which is nice to see he's still on it. Finding influence here, considering obviously the rough opener they had going into this. Dive in of the top, Silence getting aggressive. Got the nade ready as well. 3 seconds on the cook. I don't know how he just keeps doing this. Yeah, absolutely is dominating. Just from that one position on high. He's been given so much freedom to rip his way through anyone that dares to step up. Ooh, that is going to sting. Smited back down to the ground. Up close with the DBS. You feel the full force in your chest on that one, Blank.
That's decent coming through from Intense Game. Very respective of their region as well, right? It's a very aggressive region that Intense Game playing. They see an opportunity, they're going to take it. And they only lose Rafa as well for it in the process. Adrian, very, very strong player on that team. Really, really good fragger. But it's nice to see that Rafa and Silence also having a lot of success there in that engagement. So 4 relims so far coming through for Intense Game. But yeah, Alter Ego, it looked bad. It looked bad. They had to have a bit of a reset there. And try and find some compensation. They didn't find all of those knocks and flushes, but Rosemary's certainly been putting the fear into these teams surrounding them.
You love the heads-up call as well, obviously, just playing off one another, have the respect to play from distance, just go for those more solo maneuvers. They're not just thinking, okay, slow this one down massively, look to rat it out. They're actually keeping themselves involved. They've got the gun skill for it, bro, so it makes sense. Like, even with a rough start, just see what you can do, play your own game.
It looks a lot more confident as well from Alter Ego. In the past, you see a lot of these teams coming through, especially previous iterations of Alter Ego, a little bit too passive. And again, it reminds me a lot of Sook from yesterday, where he was just going for plays where in that moment, it was the necessary play to make, but it was risky. So they go for this 1-1 split here coming through from Alva as well as Rosemary. And you're right, they were playing off each other very, very well. Fourth Rise, they don't over-egg the pudding here. They play Hatin. They've got Noki in the back line there. Influence Rage is on the way from that western side. So at this point in time, I'd quite like to see Falak pull himself off from this position. I think it's just more worth his time to hold Hatin and give up the ghost on that compound. Just hand that over towards Vision. They can hold your south side.
Yeah, it's a good call instantly as well. You can see they've got the audio from this. So as soon as they've got Vision, call for the backup, like you said, they reposition from it. They're not going to guard towards the circle edge there on Vision. And you can see everyone starting to make their move over. It's DRX that are close behind Influence Rage on that crash up towards Hatin as well.
Yangon Galacticos back on screen. Sandhawk Demons, but a little bit quieter in this one. DRX are backstabbing over towards Influence Rage, using the shallows to get the car across, but for how long will R8 be able to hold on to this one? They're heading over towards the compound that Vision would have desperately liked, but Vision is late.
Rosemary still finding impact in the Elim feed as well, keeps it going, but let's see if they've got crystal clear vision on this one, or if in hindsight it'll be problematic. Getting the nades ready for the burst over. Meanwhile, looking rough as well for Fire Flux as they're being burned down, but still get a knock over onto Lil Boy. So at least some influence there back over onto the Rage squad.
Yeah, nades are just primed a lot earlier here from Vision.
Yeah.
R8 does have to back it off, but no one's focused down towards this fight. So R8's not getting stabbed in the back by anyone on that north side. So Influence Rage, DRX, Fireflux, who even took a fight in the middle of all that. Didn't find anything off the back of it because they got sandwiched between two very hard stale pieces of bread in DRX as well as Influence Rage, which is not a comfortable position to be in whatsoever.
Not the sort of sandwich you want, mate. Crumbs absolutely everywhere on that one. Placemat would need a wiping.
It would. Or just removing entirely.
Yeah.
There's no saving it.
Rosemary is literally living his movie immediately.
How much has he done?
It's got to be up there.
In the thousands at this point. Nuts. Alpha Gaming have Doc very, very close by to Rosemary as well as Alva. Alva's probably passed that information back, and Alva will just find him. Doc's down for Alpha Gaming. Not the most amazing start. Definitely some presence was shown, but only the 5 elims on that match. But it's better than some teams. Better than some teams.
It feels like one of these actually where they're kind of just inciting it as well. It's like Rosemary going, feed me more. Give more to him. And there's more on the menu, Blank.
He's just seasoning the team at the moment. Getting themselves some more points on board. Currently the highest scoring right now in terms of eliminations inside the lobby. That's all just been with 2 players. But look at that. That is a horrible shift for a lot of teams. People kind of wanting this one to move away from Hatin, and Fourth Rise might just get themselves a freebie off the back of this one. They do have to play it smartly, though. I like that T24 as well as Falak have sent out over towards that eastern side. You play along that cliff edge. They know that there's 2 teams off towards the western side. Noki just needs to keep looking in, pulling out the telescope now and again. Realistically, their main problem is going to be Regnum Karya trying to push up over towards that cliff face and that rocky outcrop. So Falak as well as T24 going to be very aware of this.
This was DRX, obviously. They got up close towards Influence Rage quite some time ago, but they've been biding their time up until now. Dive in towards the compound, looking to force them out and see if they can seize control of this one. Leave themselves with good compound control inside of the zone. Dive in instantly, find the first pickup, and start to at least secure themselves some cover to play with. Vision as well, popping back up. That's the delayed fight between them and R8 that's been going on for quite some time.
Good timing from Influence Rage. I think they realized that open kicking. 7 Elim, 6 for Rosemary. Both players doing a hell of a lot right now.
Well, this was the thing as well, right? Obviously, he's been playing for that position up on high for so long. They got vision. Oh, they realized they were ahead of them. Tried to go for the backstab into it. Rosemary found some impact now. Down and out. All up to the last remaining member. Falls out. They're able to keep themselves in it. I mean, fair play for the amount of influence they've had on the lobby. For 2 players, Blank, with Rosemary popping off, that's big.
It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, especially with how it started as well with Thunder Talks. I do think that's a classic.
Musano. Musano job.
Rosemary moment. To the back of that. Question if they want to hold on. Hold on to those nades a little bit longer. Lovely toss there coming through over towards Toshpik, leaving Regnum Kaya now at just 3.
It's the spacing as well. You're right on the money, Blank. They've got to try and push up and fight together on this one. Baiting out the crosshairs. Volt from the back line gets Artie onto it, and Vision go down.
Getting the steals on that for Thrives. I mean, they've been playing pretty passive this game, but just still finding those moments where they're keeping teams at bay. They make the good decision. Noki and IQ play over towards the northeast side where they can extend their timeout as long as possible. But there's a clear reason for this. They're holding that northeast side.
They've been thriving. Once again, it's happening here. Decision-making is crisp. Silence goes down. Knocked out by IQ with the quick heads-up maneuver. He's got control towards the ridge of the roof, taking the peaks in. They've got so much freedom here.
Yeah, it's just picture perfect. I mean, this is exactly how you'd want to play Hard 10. Yeah, they've had the circle look at coming up this way, but you don't normally see teams just calmly and efficiently set themselves up for any angle that might be an issue for them coming into the future. Valet's going to go for another peek over the top. Now, he is the solo right now, so you have to be very careful about this, but usually he is, and he'd rather come back into hard cover than just go for a full commit over towards Regnum Kaya. He just wants info right now.
And on Galacticos as well. They've been waiting in the weeds, back down, trying to keep themselves just out of dodge until an opportunity to actually strike into this. Relatively quiet compared to obviously their opening game yesterday. We'll see if they can steal out any points the longer this one goes on. You can see just observing more than being thrown into the forefront of it right now.
Yango and Galacticos just looking for a higher placing. I mean, 6th place is not bad, but it's not going to get you a lot of placement points. You typically want like a 3rd, 2nd, or a 1st. A 1st would be nice for anyone, but yeah, getting up towards the 3rd or 4th here would be decent points to have. Pedrino goes down. That is off from Diego. The other side of things from Influence Rage. Has been putting in some damage here, but for Influence Rage, this is going to be a tough breakout from this building.
Yeah, it's a risky position. Obviously, you have that opportunity of knowing DRX crashed in early. They'll have that vision on the cross if they want to go for it. Seeing the attention turned. IQ again, same angle. Just living.
Such a ballsy angle as well that he's got. They will have to push off now. But there's so much open ground in front of them. They're just going to be clean on this one. This moves completely away from Influence Range to DRX. And 4 Thrives have the opportunity to do something very, very good here.
DRX got a nice burst. Up close and personal with the nades. They've had him trapped for so long. And this is going to be infuriating Rage for them. Not really much room to breathe either zone. Nipping at your heels, DRX have finally smoked you out.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous hold. Sizzy actually being able to get over towards that warehouse, then just play off that off angle. They knew that coming out from these crates is going to be really, really difficult. So very, very well done. One through from them. QXZ now going to peek out, but T24 goes for a quick pre-fire on the angle. This might come down to 4 Thrives versus Regnum Karya at the end of it. Smile's not making his way through. Way too far off in the distance.
Yeah, pinned down, no room to breathe. Whoa, deep nade. Hyunbin feeling the force of that one. The follow-up. Big brain decimation as the Nitro's on target.
No way! Oh my days. Yangon Galactico's actually finishing a lot of that off there, but I mean, IQ's bought his team a massive amount of space.
Oh yeah.
Well, that could have been a terrifying fight for them.
Why, it's mad.
Delays it.
Great work with the nades, man. T24 as well keeps it going. Spots out Yangdong. Able to get the shots back over, keep them pinned in. There's been no room for him to move up whatsoever this entire time. He's basically just sitting ducks. It feels like, again, this has just been 4 Thrives lobby.
He's been clean 12 elims on the game from what typically for a lot of teams I would say is a fairly passive position to play, but they've had so much influence. And IQ turns what could have been a 4v4, which was easily third party by Regnum Karya, into now a situation where they have to get into a 3v4. But look at Falak moving up over towards Loxy, playing on an off angle. He's spotted now. Just a 2v4, and Regnum Karya could be taking this home.
Silas, the shopkeeper, with the quick checkout on that one. Deals the damage and keeps on moving, bobbing and weaving with the attention turned on them. So the manpower advantage is good right now. In a position where they can build from this. But wait a minute. Oh, the Romeo story. He goes in for the stab in the dark. T24 with the battle back down to the final 2, and 2 are knocked. Battles it out. They're trying to scrap up close. DBS firing shots. Silas from the side, and that's enough to steal it away. It was a good game from 4 Thrives, but in the end, we know who really walks away with a chicken dinner.
Regnum Karya, good stuff for them, honestly, playing in a very difficult position. They bided their time, they made it work from that bridge side. The roof over the head was good, kept them warm and decent all the way until that end game. For 4 Thrives, though, I think you come away with that one very happy with the, I think it was 13 elims they ended up with, so a 19-point game. I actually think they're on top in terms of the match rankings compared to Regnum Karya there. Another banger coming through from 4 Thrives.
It's mad that it just looks so consistent right now. And it was the split as well, like the way they're actually playing off one another in what was a very intense choreography of PUBG Mobile there. Like you're having everything thrown at you. The kitchen sink's coming your way, handled it perfectly. No pressure, no sweat, just perfect elims.
It's a real clean way to play that 2-2 split as well. And that wouldn't have worked if they've not identified the DRX and Influence Rage were on that western side, so they could just fully focus over towards Regnum Karya as well as intense game. In the meantime, though, we're going to take a little less intensity and send you to a break, and we'll be back very shortly.
Let's roll out! This planet reeks of weakness. Courage reignites my spark. We'll crown a new lord of Cybertron. Roll for freedom. A victory for all sentient beings.
That Sandhawk was definitely worth the wait. And we didn't get a hot drop, but we did end up getting at least a back-to-back in a way, Max, from Regnum Karya.
Yeah, I mean, they did it on Miramar yesterday with the last chicken dinner of the day, and now they do it again on day 2 here on Sandhawk, and a very good game for them. It was going towards Hattin for a big portion of this game, but the one team that decided to not go to Hattin ended up getting the chicken dinner by holding the portion under the bridge, which,
Yes.
as we saw, was the main reason why they were able to get that chicken dinner.
And one thing that we were enjoying, that we were talking about during that match, Neptura, was that split that Regnum Karya was doing. It was an interesting split.
It really was. I liked it a lot. I thought it covered all of the bases that it needed to cover, right? You had 2 on one side of that river. You had 2 inside of zone. They were just making sure nobody came around. The other good thing about that is that high ground, that compound on the wrong side of the river, let's say, actually does a really good job of getting as much info as possible down to the south side. So they were able to know a lot of what was going on in that circle.
Yeah, I mean, because of that, they gave themselves 15 points, second top team when it comes to overall points this game, because look at that, 4th rise, 13 points. Okay, they're in the finals, guys. Yeah, we're good.
I think
Pakistan in the finals, let's go. But no, Regnum Karya said they were able to scout, saw that spot under the bridge. Oh, it's free. They instantly send it. Don't have to do any extra scouting. You take that position, and because of that, they're able to defend against Vision, against Yangon Galacticos, and actually claim a game-winning position at the very end, because as we saw, it tended to move away from Hattin itself. So a very good game from Regnum Karya. This is definitely a lot more aligned with my initial expectations of what I wanted to see this team do.
And one thing that I'm kind of just pointing out here is for Team Vision, they did end up getting 6 eliminations, Neptura, and the rotation that they were able to do, I was impressed by. It just didn't end up working out for them.
I'm really sad that it didn't work out, honestly. I loved that play of them going under the bridge, fighting for that position. It was so nice. I just think that maybe they got a little bit too caught up in the previous fight with R8.
Yeah.
And it just didn't really go that way. But it's a really interesting thing to think about, because that particular compound where they had that fight with R8 is actually, you see those teams that fight there always take way too long. So I think it's something to think about, something to consider when you're talking about where to go, what compound to use, because if you end up fighting there, it just seemed to take forever.
Now, during that fight that was happening between Regnum Karya and Team Vision, I did notice that Falak was kind of third-partying a little bit. He ultimately ended up eliminating Team Vision, at least some of the players there. We were having a back and forth, Max. We were wondering, would that be the time for Falak maybe to just not overextend too much, but see if maybe he could third party even more? Because if he would have taken more players from Regnum Karya, I think it would have been an easy win for them.
Yeah, I think you don't want to take that heat against Regnum Karya at that point. I did like that he was trying to get an angle. You can get an angle under the bridge, but you can't get an angle on the dip of Regnum Karya. And that's why I was so confused with Vision. Why are you stopping under the bridge when you're actively being shot at by Falak? Send it on to the side of Regnum. Take the fight. If you get eliminated, at least you tried. But if you win, you get a bunch of eliminations onto Regnum Karya, and you're safe from all those teams trying to take shots at you from Hattin itself. So I think the Vision got a little bit too hesitant, and that did cost them the game, I think, this time around, because it could have been a Vision chicken dinner, would have been the first MENA chicken dinner. That would have been an amazing thing to see happen here in Riyadh.
That's interesting. Then you think that they didn't extend enough? You think that they stopped too short by going under the bridge?
Which not only gave an angle for Falak, but also makes it very nadeable because it was hiding behind pillars and walls, and Regnum just kept chucking it over the side. So I think that here you just commit to the push. You can stay under the bridge for maybe, 10 seconds, get information, get the game plan. We have to send it, and especially Regnum in the little dip, which is very nadeable. I don't know how many nades they had, but if they had a few, you need to play around that utility to transition in that dip because it was such a good defensive spot.
I see you pondering stuff there.
I'm
Is there anything you want to add to it?
Well, because you and I thought that them stopping under the bridge was actually a fantastic play. I see what you're saying about the angle from fourth drives. I see what you're saying there, but I felt like overall it was a really good, at least initial position to take. I did think that Regnum Karya maybe had a little bit of a split. Some of them were under the bridge.
Neb,
So,
are you talking about when they stop on the bridge on the other side? Not the side that Fourth Thrives could see, because I think that's the one we were kind of pointing out, right? When they were on the right side of the bridge, not super exposed for Fourth Thrives. I think that's what you were thinking.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of that because then they started using those nades onto Regnum Karya, and then you're talking about when they actually just went onto the other side of the bridge.
Yes.
Then they should have gone forward. I see. Okay, because I was like,
makes sense.
We were talking and we liked it. So what are you talking about? Okay,
We liked it up until the point where, Fourth Thrives and Phallic was just like, oh, are those eliminations? Oh, you know what? I'm trying to go for that MVP. I'll end up taking them. One team that actually ended up surprising us a little bit too was none other than Intense Game. Intense Game just took care of Thunder Talk.
Yeah, I really liked how they played that. You had 3 teams on that western side. The western side generally in these kinds of zones is always so strong of a position that everybody always wants the mountains. They always want the center. It's the west side that often wins games for teams. So it was really nice to see that. You had 3 teams, Influence Rage, Intense Game, and Thunder Talk. Influence Rage ended up doing the whole thing of going center, going straight for the city, going straight for Hatin. That was fine. But for Intense Game, and I think what really proved to be the key in their longevity was actually getting rid of Thunder Talk, clearing that west side completely, because then they had space to actually move in.
No, I think that was definitely a really good play. I like how slow they were playing it on the coast, especially because they were waiting. What kind of circle are we going to get next? Are we going to have a proper Hatin City finish? Are we going to have a coastal finish? They were kind of keeping their options open. So I do like how slow they were playing it. But I do think they did fumble towards the end pretty massively because they start splitting. And you need players. You need a full squad if you want to go for a push onto, let's say, Influence Rage, onto your Fourth Rise, onto Regnum Karya. Any push you want to go for, I don't care which one you commit to, you need to have that full squad available at a moment's notice. And they decided to send, I think it's Pedrino, in Hatin and keeping 2 of the players over onto the coast before a play even gets eliminated. I was very confused. For me, there was no clear game plan, and because of that, they just lose players one by one and lose an opportunity to maybe not get the win, but at least a strong podium finish.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, we're going to be going to Erangel. So let's take a look at a graphic where he's going to be showing us the best teams in Erangel. And I mean, no surprise, it is going to be Fourth Thrives up there as well. You also got Influence Rage and Team Secret. 3 teams that are going to be playing today. Just a reminder for Alpha 7 Horror Esports, they are not here today.
Hey, one thing that you're seeing here is that Fourth Rise, because Erangel is their best map, clearly. Looking at the average Illims, they get 8 per game. That's massive.
8?
We played 3 yesterday, and they get 8?
8 per game is absolutely crazy. I was getting distracted by Horror with the